Hey, what's up guys? Jake here with Success Motors. I have a walk around video for you guys today. As you can see, it's a Ford Excursion back behind me. Please stay tuned to this entire video if you're interested in making the purchase. This is actually going to be one of the least expensive, lowest mile, bulletproofed Ford Excursions that we've ever sold. But there's a reason for it, so stay tuned. I want to make sure you know exactly what you are getting when you buy this thing. It's a nice rig, but if you wouldn't mind, like and subscribe to the channel, especially if you like Ford Excursions or other cool videos regarding cars and whatnot. We do a lot of these videos, but over the next 15-20 minutes, I'm going to show you underneath it, show you the history, we'll drive it, I'll show you inside. That way, if you want to buy this Excursion, you'll know a lot more about it. That way, if you can't actually come to College Station, you'll know everything that you need to know. Of course, I do always recommend come to College Station. Come to College Station, put your hands on it, because inevitably I'm going to miss something that you would see. But nonetheless, let's get to it. Guys, this is a 2004 Ford Excursion Limited 6-liter Powerstroke Diesel. It is a 4-wheel drive, and it does have 186,000 miles, 2 owners, lived in Florida its whole life, no accidents, and it is studded. I repeat, it is studded. This does have head studs. As you can tell from a distance, it's a very nice Ford Excursion. It's got a few things cosmetically, which we'll get into here in a minute, which is the reason it's going to be priced probably $10,000 less than a one in this condition typically would be on my page. But I think it'll be a good opportunity for someone to hop into an Excursion and they can tinker with some of the issues that it has as they so choose. But again, 2-owner Florida truck, no accident history, 186,000 miles. It is studded and it runs and drives great. All right, I'm just gonna kind of, I guess the first thing I'll get at is the main negative, I guess. The reason that this thing is priced the way that it is it's got some issues with the roof. And I'm not sure exactly what happened, but it clearly at some point the roof has had some Bondo work done to it. So if you would know, there's typically an indentation right here that runs from the back all the way to the front, and there's a seam that's right here, and a lot of the times this seam will fail. And it looks like instead of replacing the seam with seam sealer, they Bondoed it. So you can tell they filled in this groove that would be here with Bondo, and the Bondo has begun to crack a little bit. So you can see it just looks like, you know, this all is metal and these are all normal, but it looks like somebody Bondoed right here and covered up that seam. So I'm not sure what's going on under the roof, but I just want you to be aware of that. And you can see they did it all the way. So that seam goes all the way to the front. So that seam starts right there and goes all the way back, and they Bondoed the whole thing all the way back. Probably because these seams failed and they were starting to leak. So instead of fixing it correctly, they did that. So that is the primary reason for the price of this Excursion not being you know, about 10 grand more than it is. Because again, you can see right here is where that seam starts and it goes all the way back, and somebody Bondoed it, covered it up, or you know, Bondoed it and then just painted it. So I'm not sure what you're going to find when you start getting into that. For some of you, it might not bother you, but I just want you to be aware that it's important to look on the roof of these Excursions before you buy one, because you never know. I'm going to show you from all different angles, because again, I want this video to be as thorough as possible, especially for those of you who might buy this thing because of the price point and be up north and not be able to come look at it. So again, same thing, just had the seam all the way down, has been Bondoed and then painted, and it looks like some water or something got up underneath the Bondo, and the Bondo is just beginning to crack. So this roof needs some attention, or at least it will, I imagine, in the future. While we're highlighting the negatives, again, we'll just go ahead and do that. This is a like 90% rust-free rocker and underneath. And I'll show you back here. Rockers look good and doors look good. Now, for whatever reason, again, this is from Florida, it's not from up north, this front rocker has the start of some rust right there. So again, overall, the rocker is in good shape for something that has a little bit of rust on it, but it does have some rust starting right there. Now let me show you, again, this one's kind of a conundrum to me because look at it, it looks really good up underneath here for the most part, but for whatever reason, let me see here if I can get another angle at it. This rocker just had some, maybe some ocean water, you know, get up on it, and nobody did anything about it, and it caused a little bit of an issue. Again, it looks very clean under here. I don't see a lot of oil built up on the oil pan or anything like that. And it's just that one rocker. So again, a little bit different video than usual because I'm kind of starting with the negatives, but if you're buying this, I just want you to be aware. Again, it's a nice Excursion, so it's kind of a shame, and I think it's a great starting point at a great price for somebody who this doesn't bother. And you can get the roof looked at on your own. Maybe you even do body work or something, but you can see that was the only rocker that has rust on it. Oh. That was the only rocker that has rust on it. The rocker, the other doors look good, and yeah. So anyway, I can't call this one rust-free, which is the point, you know, the reason the price is a little bit down. And the last bad thing I'll show you is this rear view mirror is cracked. All right, now that all that is out of the way, and if you're still watching and you're still interested, I'm gonna do the video workflow a little bit more traditionally here. That was a little piece of trim that fell off the door, by the way. All right, so the paint is in good shape. In fact, it's minus the roof, it's actually a pretty clean Ford Excursion. Tires have great tread depth. They're a little on the dry side. I don't know the age. They're a little on the dry side, but they do have great depth. Wheel well looks good. Wheels look good. It has aftermarket Warren locking hubs. You see it also has an aftermarket brake caliper in there. So then a little bit of dry rot on the tires. Good tread, but a little bit of dry rot. These mud flaps look cool, by the way, on Excursions. So yeah, the roof and that one rocker is kind of a shame, but again, this one does have a lot of perks to it, being 186,000 miles, which that's quite low. No accidents, low owners, and it is studded, and it is a four-wheel drive. Otherwise, there's not a lot of damage or dents or dings. You can see that passenger side's pretty clean. Getting up close to it, so hopefully you can see everything. I mean, honestly, paint on this passenger side is very clean. No dents, no dings, no big scratches. This tire is actually new, so it does have one brand new tire. They all match branding, but this one does not have the dry rot. Coming around back, you see it is a limited. Does have your painted to match bumper, parking sensors, which do work. You've got this, which has no oxidation signs on it, or at least no clear coat flake. You know, a few little scratches here and there, but really nothing substantial. Again, great tread depth, a little bit dry. No rust here, just the double-sided tape that holds this on has come loose. So it's got a little gap right there. But you can see this would be a common rust spot too. They rust out right here. There's no rust here in this one. So again, this one's kind of a conundrum. I'm not sure why it has a little bit of rust on that rocker, being the fact that it's from Florida. I definitely didn't expect it to have rust anywhere. Runs really good and drives really good, which again is why I'm offering it up to somebody, because somebody will like this thing and somebody will see it for what it is. Good opportunity to own a lower miles, studded Excursion. Bumper looks good. Hood looks good. Couple, 1, 2 little dings in the hood. And then there is this little ding right here, by the way. No cracks in the windshield. This mirror is not broken or cracked. Let me show you inside. The inside is quite clean. Memory seats, heated seats, power seats. Power seats work, as you can tell. No tears in the leather. They look like they've been reupholstered at some point, probably, but no tears in the leather. Dash is good. Again, no cracks in the dash or the windshield. And again, it is a four-wheel drive, and it is stock other than the head studs. None of those are broken. Headliner looks clean. Oh, it does have an aftermarket Sony head unit, kind of an outdated one, but it does have one. Your controls are on the steering wheel. Some of you will be excited about this. It has bucket seats in the rear. That's kind of a popular thing. They didn't make as many of them with the bucket seats. This one's in great shape, no tears or rips. And this one, maybe a little tear right there, actually. Third row seat, headliner, infotainment center. I don't know if the infotainment center works. I never test the infotainment center. So just note that from right now. I don't test the infotainment center. Door panel good. Again, just a weird spot to have some rust up there on that front left rocker. The hinges on this door do not hold this door up, FYI, so just make note of that. But carpet's clean, panels look clean, headliner looks clean. And let's see here. Sorry for the video quality here. I'm trying to do a lot with one hand. Both doors open. And it has interesting storage right there. You can see that one does too. Sorry, having to do that with one hand because the hinges won't hold that door open. If you have any questions, guys, give me a call, 979-202-1948. Again, I started the video with all the negative, and there's a lot of Excursions out there that have a lot of negative. And this one does not have that much negative. It just has some interesting stuff that I'd like you to know about. Got a rip here in the seat, which again, this is why this one's priced literally probably $10,000 less than I would typically price a sub 200,000 mile studded 6.0. I don't know who that guy is. Probably have to figure that out here in a second. If I stop the video in a minute, it's because I had to talk to that guy. I don't know who he is. He looks a little bit lost. But yeah, super clean. I mean, honestly, very clean interior. Passenger seat, good condition. Dash, no cracks. Carpets look good. Looks good. All right, let's pop the hood. I'll show you underneath it, and we'll take it for a test drive. See here. Yeah, there he goes. I think he was lost. It happens. Happens to the best of us. All right, so again, mechanically in great shape. Seems to run and drive great. And again, it does have head studs, which I can't really show you on the camera. They're down there though. And the batteries are date code 3 of 22. The EGR looks like it's in place. I can't tell if the EGR has been swapped out. Whatever that is back there, Y'all might know more than I do. There's something blue back there. That is aftermarket, whatever that is. I don't know what that is. Whatever that is has been replaced. All right, let's start it up. Does have 2 sets of keys, 2 sets of key fobs. Relatively cold start, just pulled it out of the garage. You can see the wait to start light was still on. Fires right up, and that's all it's ever done as long as I've had it. You can see way down there is still very cold on the temperature gauge. 186,234.9 miles. AC works. Blowing cold. Rear AC works. Window works. Window works. Window works. Window works. Door locks work. Stereo works. Let's see if the mirror still works. Mirror works. It's cracked, but it works. Cracked. That one works too, not cracked. And you can see that works. So let's hop out, let you hear it idle. Do the blow-by test. It was just detailed, so it's got a little bit of moisture on the belt, which is why you hear a little bit of a belt whine. Absolutely zero blow-by, at least per that test. Again, it's just got a little bit of whatever they spray on the serpentine belt causing that slight sound. So yeah, let's take this thing for a test drive. I don't think the hood closed all the way. There we go. All right, to surmise, 2004 Ford Excursion Limited 6-liter Powerstroke Diesel, 2-owner, no accident, lived in Florida, 186,000 miles, head studs, runs good, drives good. You'll see that here in a second. Everything seems to be in working condition. Radio, heater, AC, mirrors, windows, locks, those all worked, we just saw. The only negative would be it's got 3 clean rockers, but 1 rocker on this driver's side that has a little bit of rust starting. It's not eaten out, it's not destroyed like they can be. I mean, you saw it if you've been looking at these things. That's very, very little. I would say the most substantial negative on this one is the roof. It could probably be left alone, but they bondoed those seals or those seams, and I think that needs to be, I think if you wanted to do it right, you would take all the Bondo off, strip all the roof, and then redo it correctly. But anyway, that's the reason for the price. And then we've got the cracked rear view mirror. But otherwise, guys, again, it's a great, I don't want to say it's a great Excursion because it's got those few negatives, but it appears to be a nice Excursion if you can see past those things. But let's take it for a test drive. Again, I've actually probably driven this one about 50 miles so far, and it runs good and drives good, shifts good. You can still see the temperature gauge down there. First and second shift were good. Third shift good. I think we're in third gear right now. Fourth gear, going 50 miles an hour, about 2,000 RPMs. We'll shift into fifth here in a minute. No weird squeaks or sounds or rattles in here. It's quiet. And then now we're in 5th gear. So we're running 58 miles an hour, just over 1,500 RPMs. No check engine light, no ABS light, none of that. So for what I can tell, guys, it seems to be mechanically sounded. It checks out, at least driving and looking at it. You can see the steering is tight. I'm driving it with one hand right now. You can see the steering wheel is not all over the place, going 60 miles an hour. This is a highway, but it is a bumpy highway. It's more of a back country road. It used to be, and now it's just a highly traveled road. Well, again, guys, I think for the money, this is a really good start to a really good excursion. Replace the mirror, figure out the roof, do something about the rocker if you want to. That probably can be left alone for a little while. And you've got yourself a lower mileage, studded, 4-wheel drive, clean Ford Excursion. So if you guys have any questions, give me a call, 979-202-1948. Check out our other videos there on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram if you don't already. We post things there as incoming first. I'm about to turn around here in this parking lot. You can see I'm on the brakes right now. Brake pedal feels good. Accelerator pedal feels good, or gas pedal. No weird turning in the steering wheel under braking. Runs good. Yeah, if you have any questions, guys, let me know. Otherwise, hopefully I'll talk to you all soon. God bless you.